Was she good?
How are you?
She started breakfast. They were you stay with me today? I got flip-flops.
But I really do.
Yes, you'll have to say are you ready to go?
All day long. I think she said it about 8 times tonight.
She gonna
You
leave,
got it down bad.
she gonna leave it playing.
Yep. Hey, buddy.
I did, I probably was already born then.
Got them dark eyes.
Hi, girl.
Bye-bye.
Hi, kid.
Bye-bye.
How you doing?
I'm good, Mom. How are you? Bye-bye.
That's yours.
Oh, there it is.
I know.
Hi there, how you doing?
He is.
Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I sure did. You know, I feel like that like from next week, next week, like, or, yeah. So I'm glad they're coming on. Maybe whatever, might be able to give me something I need to do.
I don't understand that part.
What I'm hoping whenever I come up with everybody's yelling at her mama out there.
Happy myself tonight.
I guess around right now, how you do?
Right now.
Right now, there'll be, Ripple will be here in a minute.
Down Gulf Shores. My cousin of the football coach.
That was, mother's husband's cousin. You know what, she married Andy Kelly.
Married who?
Andy Kelly, you remember he used to coach up here?
Yeah, and he was coaching.
Yeah, he's coaching,
He's still coaching down
he's
there.
coaching golf down there.
What?
Golf,
Oh,
yeah,
they still live out there.
yeah, he teaches at the
It's
college.
a town. That's Gulf Shores.
Orange Beach,
No, it ain't Orange.
Foley, Alabama.
Foley.
Yeah, Foley, Alabama.
That's where he was coaching.
Yep,
And what was her name?
Brenda,
Brenda.
yeah,
And what team was that team in? Good.
here's Ken. I
I
think,
can't repeat it.
well, actually,
I
no,
mean,
actually, no Ken, Ken by marriage, I guess. That was, his cousin.
but your George was your granddad.
Yeah,
Okay. And you said that was your dad is. My cousin,
that's my stepfather's cousin.
my stepfather.
Andy,
Okay.
Andy,
Who's your stepfather?
Andy's my stepfather, Andy Kelly.
Yeah.
You remember, he used to coach you.
Yeah, he coached Ryan. But your daddy was
Gene, Eugene.
Eugene. I
Yeah.
keep thinking it was
Yeah,
it was
no,
Eugene.
it was Eugene. They wasn't actually,
Yeah.
who?
Yeah, one has a beard on. He died. He died.
Teddy,
Hey,
Teddy,
who?
Teddy,
Teddy.
yeah, Teddy Addis, and,
Teddy and Eugene.
the only one left out of those brothers is Leon. You remember Leon?
Yeah.
He's the only one left.
Leon one got struck.
Yeah, Leon, you know, he's been on that track and everything else. You know, he's the one that got burned up out here in this motel that time in firefighters pulled him. He pulled him out. Leon's the only one of them brothers left.
He was in car.
Yeah, that's what it
Because
is.
I remember asking him one time, going to the drugstore for the gun down, and he had a farm.
That's right. He spent some time on that.
Yeah, but they knocked the arm off and just couldn't throw it off.
There you go.
Strong, if you get a robber with a heavy weapon, it's my life.
Oh, yeah, I think so. He got some time now.
Yeah, he got 8 or 9.
He stays in trouble all the time. I hadn't seen him in about 2 or 3 years. He's on that dope.
But you doing all right?
Yeah, good talking about it.
And all the years I've been in town, been broken in one time. The reason why is that one time I was busy. When I got broken, the other one was broken.
You ever hit fish?
You did? You bring my jamboree medal?
I should have brought them too.
What are they, jamboree or jamboree, what are they? Jamboree? Yeah, Suzanne, I reckon, I said
You're gonna
jamboree.
find some with some fish on it.
Rick's text tearing me up on his text. He had to go to the phone shop over there, couldn't get the alarm to start.
With Paw written.
No pop over there. Couldn't get the alarm to shut over there. He phone shop, he had to go over there.
I'm awful happy I heard you back there. That reminded me to turn my
You
telephone
better
on.
cut it off, I call you back in the middle of prayer.
We was in here one night, Tim Hollis. We were sitting here and Holly was sitting up here, we was alternating calling. We'll take it low. He already had his ringer on, but he still.
I'll test John Smith.
Well, you can test me out anytime you want to, I'm ready for you.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the bid on probably a week.
Oh, come back here. Cousin, Helen, you can, mate.
Who is it?
Somebody died in Orange Beach, there, Ken Andy.
I don't know if we had a house on the beach, I did it.
Mama shot a beach, house right on the beach, lives right down there at Orange Beach.
Really?
Yeah, on Foley, Alabama, right off the.
Yeah, I know what phone it is.
Yep. Even in that house, son, if we left, I expected today during all that rain, I said, I hit, Roger come by and said,
Yeah, I think it would be.
how you gonna know we got it? I can't even hold mine. You don't understand in mine right now. Your head knocks out when you come through the machine.
It's 7 o'clock and we'll, go ahead and get started. We have Mr. Ross Mitchell here tonight. We'll, work for. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you for today and thank you for all the blessings you've given us. Just thank you for, the freedoms that, you've given us to come out and to, peaceably assemble and to conduct the business of this town. Lord, I just pray that, as, citizens of this town, that you would just, give us a sense of unity and not one of divisiveness. And Lord, for the members of this board, I just pray that, you would guide their thoughts and their actions, not only tonight, but outside of this meeting as well. Just pray that you watch over each one here, help us to conduct the business that needs to be conducted for the welfare of this town. I just pray that you lead, guide, and direct us in everything that we do, so that you may get the glory. All these things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. We have a special guest tonight that's going to lead us in the pledge. It's Bailey Brown. She's 4 years old, attends Selmer Elementary School preschool, and she is the daughter of Dustin and Misty Brown.
I, thank you,
I think you're gonna have to help her.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board and I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight. And we're going to start it off with the financials. Those were in each of your packet, and they will need board approval. Motion by Paul Simpson, second by Edwin Smith. Any further questions? Ms. Sandwich, call the roll.
John Pendleton,
Yes.
Johnny Norman,
Yes.
Paul Simpson, Edward Smith.
Yes.
Chris Toles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next up will be Chief Neil Barton, Department Head of the Police Department.
Mr. Mayor, Board, during the month of May, we were dispatching 357 calls through 911. Of those 357 calls, we had 102 incident reports. We worked 14 accidents during the month and issued 234 citations. Relatively quiet month. Any questions?
I apologize, we're going to back up 1 second. We do need to approve the minutes from last meeting. My bad.
Second.
Motion by Paul Simpson, second by John Pendleton. Any further questions?
John Pendleton,
Yes.
Johnny Norman,
Yes.
Paul Simpson.
Yeah.
Edward Smith.
Yes.
Chris Toles.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next will be Chief Anthony Carl with the Fire Department.
Mayor Bordova. We also had Quiet Month last month. We responded to 13 medical calls, 3 grass fires, 9 automobile accidents, 2 false calls, 3 public assists for a total of 30 calls. We done 8 inspections last month. We had 3 training meetings for a total of 89 hours. Standby stationaries, we had a total of 996. The volunteer pay was $1,640 for last month.
Thank you. Next, Parks and Rec, but Miss Sybil is not here tonight. Her report was on the ready for you here tonight. Moving on to building inspector, Jim Ripple.
Good evening, Mayor, Board. Month May, we had, 1 sign permit, the regional home here on Mulberry Avenue. Had, 2 inspections at United Stainless and 1 final inspection at Dr. Wilson's office. The, planning commission dealt with, a request new zone created that would allow mixed use of business and residential. They discussed the changes in zoning that would be required due to the state changing some things that go along with daycare. And they discussed the changes in zoning when it deals with telecommunication towers, and also approved a site plan for the new O'Reilly's and the addition of towers, extra towers to telecommunication tower at Sixth Street. Other than that, everything runs smooth.
At where, Jim?
End of Sixth Street down there on, Houston's property, the other side of the games. They're gonna add, I think it was 5 additional antennas. They're gonna take down 2, but add that.
Any further questions? Thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Moving ahead, next is, city attorney, Terry Edmond.
Well, I had you for work, that's you.
I thought we asked you about
Cell
$1,000.
phones, I said, okay, I got my eye on that. Let you know, other than that, things ain't anything new on my platter. One situation, place I'm not sure what to do, I learned a little bit Thursday. It's kind of becoming vogue now for folks to appeal from city court to circuit court. That's a big jump. Various traffic violations. From speeding to whatever. I think we probably have 4 or 5 that have been appealed from the decision of city court to circuit court. And, I certainly don't, I think that at this point, I think the circuit judge expects, kind of look at the word out, expects me to be there at the status conference, one of these on Thursday, and I'll certainly do that, but I think somebody ought to come back and talk to the board about it. I think that's a little outside. I don't know what is gonna be required in circuit court. If they're gonna require appearance, I actually personally, I think that, as menial as it may sound, I think the attorney's office ought to handle it, but they've got different opinions. And I was had to talk through that, but that is coming up. We can't, it's a kind of a new phenomenon that, these are being appealed. We've got 3 appealed, I believe, Chief, I think 3 have been appealed. The folks who have been given citations, from the trucks. No, 3 trucks, I think 3 of those have appealed to circuit court.
And the reason they're doing that is because it does come up on their driving record, and they're doing everything in their power to keep it off their driving record.
Yeah, that's right, Chief, and I think I was told that shows up as a points, moving violation points against them, and so we're seeing more of that, and I'm not sure what extra resources that it's gonna require our officer to be there in court. And I want to figure that out. I don't think somebody ought to get a free pass just because of the fee.
That's the one David Camp had all of those.
That's correct. That's 3 of them, and but there's been, I think there's 2 others, John. And I'll know a little bit more about that after Thursday, and I'll get with Chief Burke. I don't think that we can just ignore that and let the word get out. If you appeal it, we won't show up, or we won't do it. We can't let that happen.
Yeah, I know, the lights out here, if you get a citation on the light, you know you're all moving, that's not a moving traffic.
That's correct.
And you're going directly. The only way we could do this was, maybe pass something, that it won't be a moving traffic violation.
On the no through.
I'm not, in the future.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. I think that's probably up to the Department of Safety, wouldn't it, Bill?
I don't understand how they can get that it's a moving violation, you know,
but that's a good idea, and I think it would
Move
remove,
into it.
move that.
We can't do anything.
Which puts yourself in the position of a driver, particularly truck driver, whose occupation is this.
I don't agree with that, I don't agree with this move.
We don't want,
We can't.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
One of the chief, one of the truck drivers, or comes to town, they don't go around. You know.
Well,
That's
That's exactly right.
I don't think very many of them prefer to, I think most of them end up here by 90% of access, that's what the GPS said, go, keep going straight.
They're for free signs, but
Well, that's what I, and there's plenty out on both ends of town.
It's also shorter distance through Camden around the bypass.
Any, another mile addressable, but I can do that later. Thank you.
In addition to that, Neil, you know, I called you a year or so ago about, trucks coming off the bypass, cutting through the neighborhood. And, I don't think we should get lax on that. I mean, it's one thing to, have an occasional situation, but when the GPS says that's the shortest route to the distance and you've got 18-wheelers in front of your residential house all the time, if you live on a street like, a lot of us do, and you don't have that possibility, but a lot of residents live on a street that is a shortcut through for Monogram or GE and whatever, or to supply some convenience stores. I sure don't want to see that be lapsed.
I know most of the trucks that go to Monogram, they'll come out, get Peach Street, go up to, Valley Road, go get to the bypass. They're not coming back in
Exactly.
town.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that don't.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we're not talking about getting lax on that, we're talking about making it not a non-moving traffic violation.
I understand. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay. Next is, Public Works, Richard Day.
Well, one thing I wanna open up is saying Anthony cut the air conditioner down. I don't know if it was because of the other hot air before me or me. We don't know which one it's for, but it was a good idea anyway. Last month, we already billed 9,200 water and gas customers. We fixed and repaired 7 gas leaks. We installed 3 new gas meters. We ran 352 work orders. We ran 97 one-call locate tickets. We repaired about a dozen water leaks, ran 352 work orders. We already pumped 70 million gallons of water, and we already treated 30 million gallons on sewer. And we laid off 294 late notices for individuals that were a little late paying their bills. We are, working on the dollar amount that we have worked out. We have lowered that by about $40,000 so far. We are not already done yet, but we have lowered that a whole lot from what it was at one time. If anybody's got anything else, I will answer it if I can.
I know I got more activity uptown, it's working, and we have more problems.
As usual, no, this has been a issue that has been going on for about a year. And we just already hopefully would address all of it at one time. You know, we don't like already digging up roads and everything, so we just make a big mess one time instead of, but a little mess over and over and over, so we just try to do it all at one time. And, you know, hopefully we have. Appreciate it.
Before we move into old business, is there anybody in the audience that would like to address the board? If not, we'll move into old business. First up is the second reading of the 2013-14 amended budget ordinance. And this may be necessary to cover capital outlay expenditures. We have a motion by Paul Simpson, second by John Phillips. Any further questions? Ms. Ann, would you call the roll?
John Phillipson,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson.
Yes.
Edward Smith.
Yes.
Chris Cole.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next on old business is the second reading of the 2014-15 budget ordinance. And this ordinance does include the same property tax rate for the 2014 calendar year of 0.806 per $100 value.
Motion approved.
Motion by Edward Smith, second by Johnny Norris. Any further questions? Ms. Ann, would you call the roll?
John Phillipson,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson.
Yes.
Edward Smith.
Yes.
Chris Cole.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Moving into new business. First on the agenda is a resolution to revise the town personnel policy for pre-employment and post-employment medical examinations. Basically, what that is it is pre-employment and post-employment, but it would be for the fire department and police department they will be required to take a physical, and just to be short about it, it would be just to get a good bill of health from a licensed professional medical doctor. I'd like to entertain a motion. Motion by Paul Simpson, second by Edward Smith.
John,
Yes, sir.
it is radically revised the town personnel policy for pre-employment and post-employment. Why are we doing it actually for what?
We're talking about employees when they get hired and employees that are currently working.
So it's a pre-employment. Post is that, I know what you're saying after employment, but post-employment looks to me, and I don't know English maybe, or anything, but it looks like it'd be after employment, so would it be just pre-employment and, current employment medical examination?
If you'd like to word it like that, that'd be fine.
I mean, just so it would be understood like.
Sure.
I'm not sure I understand, this pre-employment medical examination, but post-employment medical examination, if, don't we hire police officers, they gotta be post-certified, is that right?
That's incorrect.
Yeah.
Did I say, yeah, that's incorrect, when we put it in the paper that they're post-certified, they need to be post-certified, is that not right?
Well, we would like to.
We would like to have a post-certified,
Exactly.
which is a officer training, is that right, Neil, is?
They have to be all post certified. I mean, they go up to the post up in Ashland and isn't that right, Chief?
We can hire a man, send him to school, get him post certified.
Right.
That costs the city X number of dollars. But if we hire a man that's already been post and certified, we save money.
Is that,
That's something.
I guess my question is there any physical requirements,
Yes.
with that?
We send them.
So if we,
Before we do.
yeah, if we adopt this measure, my question is, not knocking this at all, my question is, if we take a guy that's, 22, 25 years old, and we hire him as a police officer, and he can run a mile, and he can do chin-ups and everything else, what do we do with a police officer that's been on the force and very experienced, is 55, and he's sent to a medical exam? What do
This
we?
is not a physical agility test, it's simply a physical.
Just
Matter,
what,
matter of fact.
just what kind of help?
It's kind of the same as you do your DOT.
All right, that's just clarifying that, I'm asking the question, so.
Would amend it to put the car in.
None of them will force it.
I'll accept my amendment.
Do we need a second on the amendment?
What do we do?
We changed the word host to current.
Okay.
Enforcing shots on the patrol cars.
Yes.
Hey, Richard. Patrol cars drive down the road.
Yeah, we have a motion.
I'll second on that.
Do them down.
Any further questions? Ms. Amy, you call it.
John Pendleton,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson, Edward Smith,
Yes.
Chris Todd.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Next on the agenda is board's approval to allow the mayor to explore the possibility of negotiations in the purchase of the PEC building. I'm gonna turn it over to Terry.
I met this afternoon with the mayor, Richard Ash, really got my initial exposure to this, to give you a little background. McNair County has entered into a real estate purchase and sale agreement with Pickwick Electric to purchase the facility here, for $1.5 million. And apparently there has been some interest expressed as to whether or not the county would have an interest in assigning that contract to the city, and whether or not the city would have an interest in accepting that assignment, and that led to a lengthy discussion today, and it suggested to John, Mayor Smith, that perhaps the best thing to do is just have this board authorize or give the mayor permission to just explore that matter with the county to see if there is any serious interest in them assigning it, and then see if there's any interest in the town accepting the assignment. And obviously, that would not have any authority. Mayor would have to come back to this board for approval of anything. But just because there apparently has been conversation, I think the mayor ought to be able to be involved in those conversations with the authority and permission of this board, and if that leads to something, come back and have some conversation about it. That's my suggestion. The contract, Pickwick, is so all of us, I serve as general counsel of Pickwick Electric Cooperative, just like there to pass, and all I tell you about the contract is public document. But it is an assignable contract, it's a typical assignment clause in it, it can be assigned with consent, and consent cannot be unreasonably withheld, so, all I'd say, if there's any interest, mutual interest out there, explore it, and come back and see what happens.
You're representing people electric cooperative in all this negotiation.
I represent Pickwick Electric Cooperative in all of the negotiations with the county, yes.
But they're doing that.
No, they're over.
The contract is already signed
Yes, sir.
and recorded
Well, what do you mean by recording?
by Nicky the register.
I don't know if it's been recorded or not, the contract's valid, whether it's ever recorded or not. Contract's been,
You don't have to have a deed.
no, it's a contract to buy. The closing will occur no later than December 31 or 30 days after. Yeah, it's just it's a contract.
We're not talking about the deed.
Oh, no. Closing of this contract will occur no later than December 31 or 30 days after Pickwick vacates the present building, whichever later occurs. So, and it is assignable by mutual consent. So, if there is any interest, let the mayor go kick the tires and see. May come back and tell you there is no interest. That'd be my suggestion.
Thanks.
Secretary.
Make a motion, we, authorize the mayor to enter into negotiations as needed on behalf of the city.
Motion by Paul Simpson, second by Edward Smith. Any further discussion? Can we call the roll?
Charlie Pilson,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson.
Yeah.
Edward Smith.
Yes.
Chris Tull.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next on new business is a resolution amending text in section 11 concerning employee grievances. And this resolution is in your packet. We've discussed it on a couple of different occasions. Terry?
One time, scan the board out, it might have suggested you give me a little time to look at it. I did, and talked to John, basically what it does, and I think my side of the desk, it's fine. If you know now, policy, employee, the job action take this employee to termination, they have a right to, we're gonna use the word appeal. That's exact right word, but appeal it to the board, you guys have had to be involved in prior boards. And, plus it's a minus of that, later. What this would do is remove that right of appeal to the board and restrict that right of review or appeal to the mayor. So that the disaffected employee, he doesn't like the action, job action taken by his department, they has the right to ask the mayor to review it. The mayor can do it, the mayor can uphold the decision, change, the mayor has the last authority, but it won't come before the board. It just goes to the mayor, and that's it. That's the change that this policy makes.
Terry, my only question about it is the fifth word in this, first paragraph. If an employee is unhappy, is that something you're prepared to,
Chris, reading it, yeah, if you remember, I think if I had a conversation, that wasn't my first choice of words, but that was the word that was already in the existing ordinance, and I thought, well, it's survived for a while, so, I don't like the word unhappy, but,
it opens up a pretty broad, avenue of grievances. Maybe it should be if an employee feels he's been treated unfairly.
That wording actually comes from MTS.
yeah, and I think what would happen, again, not my first choice of words, but I think if, I guess I'd have confidence in the department head and the mayor to deal with someone who's unhappy. I don't be, I think it'd be interesting to attend one of those meetings, to find out what would make someone happy. I don't know if they need to get a card every month, or a box of Kleenex, I don't know. I agree, the word was already in the approved.
That's all we get on it, it's on suspension over 10 days.
Or termination.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, termination,
I mean, combination or suspension over.
over 10 days, that's correct, that's correct. Less than 10 days, department head is the last voice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
I make that motion to approve it.
Motion by Paul Simpson, second by Edward Smith, and call the roll.
Charlie Pilson,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson. Edward Smith.
Yes.
Chris Tull.
No.
Motion carried.
Next on the agenda is the first reading of an ordinance amending the official zoning map of Southern Tennessee to zone herein described properties along the east side of US Highway 45 from B1, which is general business district, to BMU, which is business mixed use districts. And this is actually a piece of property that is southeast of Walmart. Guess be the easiest way to pinpoint. Jim Riplow was here. If you've got any questions, this was, I believe, in full agreement with the planning commission last month.
Yes, it was. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnny Norris, second by John Phillips. Any further discussion? Sam, would you call the roll?
Charlie Pilson,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson.
Yes.
Edward Smith. Chris Tull.
No.
Motion carried.
Next on tonight's agenda is the first reading of an ordinance amending the text of the Selma Municipal Zoning Ordinance by establishing BMU, business mixed use districts, and this is just coincides with the, what we just recently voted on. It's just some, language change and something that both of those have to be voted on. So I'd like to entertain a motion.
I'm not sure what we're voting on here.
Jim, you want to explain?
This one here will be the actual change to the zoning map, the official zoning map of the city of Selma. If you change a certain piece of property, the zoning, once you change the zoning, then you gotta go in behind it and actually change the official map.
For this bargain barn down there
Yes,
area. Okay. And for anybody that doesn't know, what we're allowing here to do is we're allowing somebody to live in this building, the bargain barn, and run a business in it at the same time. Not sure that, in my opinion, is the right time to do that without looking into it in a little more detail. Not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings or, it's on the biggest end of our town.
We actually been talking about this for
We have,
about a year, so.
Yep.
We have a motion by Johnny North, second by Evan Smith. Any further discussion? Sam, call the roll.
John Fenton,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
yes.
Paul Simpson,
Yeah.
Edward Smith, Chris Toll.
No.
Motion carries.
Next on tonight's agenda is the board's approval to apply for a disaster grant, which will include a generator for the Civic Center. This just came in last week. We've had to move on it pretty quickly, and thank you, Chief Carr, working with, Southwest Tennessee Developmental District, also Bruce Spalding was helping with this. And, it's some, Chief, you wanna elaborate on it?
Basically, it's some federal money that comes available, and all the rest of when I do, that's, you know, the community centers are shelter. And, you know, we've just not been able to afford to put a generator on it, and if we get this grant, it's 100% no match, so that's
Not
why
making
we're. No, we're gonna put a generator on the civic center, the community center. It's a grant.
All right, we gotta do it now. No, I'm sorry,
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Chris Paul, second by John Pendleton. Any further discussion?
How much, you say that these, no match?
No match.
No match. Engineering fees and installation, everything come in right at $200. So nothing else, talking for us.
We have a motion and a second. Ms. Hammond, call the roll.
John Fenton,
Yes.
Johnny Norris,
Yes.
Paul Simpson, Edward Smith, Chris Toll.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, last on tonight's agenda is, board's approval for the 2014-2015 right-of-way maintenance contract, which we currently, have with Randy Elliott and Brad Johnson. They have a 5-year contract on that. But the actual contract itself with TDOT, we have to do, every year. And Terry has looked at it.
I looked at it, the same one we've had in place for several years. Some of it don't make no reason. We've always, for years, had this TDOT contract, where TDOT performed the work. And, a few years ago, TDOT permitted us, I think that's kind of the way it works, to, in effect, subcontract. We get the money, we sub it out, and it's worked very well. It's allowed us to take the funds that the state was spending to give us about, for instance, on the bypass, about, I think we got 3 mowings a year from the state. We could take those same dollars and get, I think that's 6 mowings. That's there's more parts than that, but it's always worked very well, it's been a real plus for the county.
Plus the sweeping and plus the bidder pickup, and they're doing a heck of a job.
It's a good job, commend the board for keeping that policy up.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Chris Cole, second by Paul Simpson, any further discussion? Then we can call the roll.
Joe Simpson.
Yes.
Johnny Norman.
Yes.
Paul Simpson.
Yeah.
Edward Smith.
Yeah.
Chris Cole.
Yes.
Motion carries.
That concludes the business of the night. I would like to commend all the department heads, I think they're doing a great job. And Andy and Ann, thank y'all for helping with the budget. And all the employees, I think the whole, all the employees of town of Selma, every one of them doing a great job, and I appreciate it. Anybody got anything?
We need some rain.
7.2 inches since Thursday. Yeah. Thank y'all for coming, that concludes the business, motion to adjourn.
I ain't got nothing in mind.
Wasted away now.
Yeah, I got it, I got it.
Little man.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming. Oh, Don Smith. You'll have
Yeah.
No, but I did. I'll have one. Oh, no.
Oh. Well, you know, I gotta get back to you on that, man. We're gonna be all right. Thank you. See ya. Good night.
Gotten y'all, because I want something that you really need, and a lot of times people pick out things. Just cause they need to pick it out, and everybody's gonna get them that, and I didn't know, it would be something special that you